United States Jefferson nickel 5 cents, this small everyday coin, has passed through millions of American hands. Yet almost nobody realizes that under the right conditions, this exact coin can be valued as high as $5 million. And today, on Old USA Coin, we are diving deep into the true story behind the Jefferson nickel. A coin that looks ordinary, feels ordinary, yet has extraordinary potential. Stay with me, because what you are about to hear could completely change the way you look at loose change forever. Before we go any further, pause for a moment and imagine this scenario. You reach into your pocket, you pull out a nickel 5 cents, something most people ignore, toss aside, or spend without a second thought. Now imagine that same nickel being examined under bright lights by professional graders, sealed in a protective holder, and auctioned to elite collectors for millions. That is not a fantasy. That is the power of numismatics, and the Jefferson nickel sits right at the center of some of the most dramatic value stories in U.S. coin history. This coin is officially known as the United States Jefferson nickel, denomination 5 cents. First introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. The obverse features Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, a founding father and a symbol of American democracy. The reverse showcases Monticello Jefferson's historic Virginia estate. And while millions upon millions were struck, certain examples, certain dates, certain errors, and especially certain conditions have elevated this coin from pocket change to legendary collector status. Now here is the hook. Most people never hear. Not all Jefferson nickels are created equal. Some were struck perfectly, some were struck poorly, some were struck with errors so rare that only a handful exist. And those are the coins that can command astonishing prices, sometimes reaching into the millions. When do wealthy collectors want the same coin at the same time? That is where the $5 million valuation comes into play, and that is why you must watch until the very end. Let us start step by step, because understanding value begins with understanding the coin itself. The Jefferson nickel is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, except for wartime issues from 1942 to 1945, which contains silver. Those wartime nickels alone already carry intrinsic precious metal value and are heavily collected. But even beyond silver, the real magic lies in strike quality, die varieties, mint errors, and condition. Condition is everything in numismatics. Collectors use a standardized grading scale known as the Sheldon scale, which runs from 1 to 70. A coin graded MS or mint state 65, 66, 67, or the ultra rare MS 68 and above is considered extraordinary. Professional grading companies like PCGS, the Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, the Numismatic Guarantee Company, are the gold standard in authentication and grading. A Jefferson nickel certified by PCGS or NGC with the top population grade can multiply in value instantly. Here is a critical cliffhanger point. Most Jefferson nickels you find in circulation today grade somewhere between VF, very fine, and about uncirculated. Those coins are usually worth face value to a few dollars. But when a coin survives untouched, nowhere sharp steps on Monticello, original luster intact, and no cleaning damage, it enters a completely different universe of value. This brings us to one of the most important collector terms you need to know: full steps. On the reverse of the Jefferson nickel, the steps of Monticello are notoriously difficult to strike clearly. When all 5 or 6 steps are fully visible without breaks, the coin earns the designation full steps, abbreviated FS. Collectors pay massive premiums for full steps nickels, especially from certain years and mints. Now imagine the Jefferson nickel with full steps struck from a rare die pair in pristine mint state condition, certified by PCGS as the finest known example. This is how a $5 million valuation becomes possible. Not because every nickel is worth that much, but because the best known example of a key variety becomes a trophy coin. Let us talk about errors, because this is where curiosity explodes. Mint errors are mistakes that occur during the striking process, and some Jefferson nickels feature dramatic errors, such as double dies where the design appears doubled off center, strikes where the image is misaligned, clip plankets missing metal, wrong planket strikes, and even transitional errors where the coin is struck on the wrong metal blank. These errors are not damage, they are mint produced, and collectors hunt them aggressively. One of the most famous categories is the double die obverse or reverse, where Jefferson's profile or the lettering shows clear doubling under magnification. These coins can be worth thousands, tens of thousands, and in exceptional condition with perfect eye appeal and rarity. Even more. Now here is another suspense moment. Not all errors are obvious. Many are subtle and only visible under magnification. This is why professional attribution by PCGS or NGC matters so much. A coin dismissed by the public can be elevated into a high-value collectible once authenticated. Asterisk, let us break down the physical specifications of the Jefferson nickel because serious collectors care about precision. The standard weight is 5 grams exactly. The diameter is 21.1 millimeters. The thickness is approximately 1.95 millimeters. Deviations from these measurements can sometimes signal an error or wrong planked strike, which again can dramatically increase value. Asterisk. When evaluating condition, collectors look for original surfaces, unbroken luster, sharp strike, especially on Jefferson's hair and Monticello steps, no corrosion, no scratches, no cleaning hairlines, and natural toning. Coins that have been cleaned often lose most of their value, even if they look shiny. Authenticity and originality are king in numismatics. Asterisk. Now we come to the big question: how do coins like this actually sell for millions? The answer lies in elite auctions and private treaty sales. The right places to sell a high-value Jefferson nickel are heritage auctions, Stack's, Bowers, Great Collections, and direct private sales through established dealers. PCGS and NGC certified coins can be listed in their respective registries, where top collectors compete to own the highest graded examples. Asterisk. Never sell a potentially valuable coin in a pawn shop, flea market, or casual buyer. If you believe your Jefferson nickel has rare characteristics, your first step is professional grading. Once encapsulated, the coin gains credibility, liquidity, and access to the highest paying buyers. Asterisk. Here is another cliffhanger: many people unknowingly damage their coins by cleaning them, hoping to increase value. This does the opposite. Professional collectors want untouched coins. Even dirt is better than cleaning. This single mistake has destroyed millions of dollars in potential value over the years. Asterisk. Now let us circle back to the $5 million valuation. This number represents the absolute top end. A hypothetical perfect storm coin, a rare date or variety, a unique error, the highest known grade, full step, certified by PCGS or NGC, and intense demand from registry set collectors. When these factors align, value can reach staggering levels. This is how numismatic legends are born. Asterisk. At this point, if you are enjoying this deep dive, you already know what to do. Like this video, comment below if you have ever checked your pocket change, and most importantly, subscribe to Old USA Coin, because this channel exists to uncover hidden value stories just like this one. Asterisk. As we move toward the end, here is your final takeaway: every Jefferson nickel deserves a second look. Learn the diagnostic, study the steps, understand grading, respect originality, and never underestimate 5 cents. Knowledge is profit in the world of coin collecting. Asterisk. And now the final call to action: if you want to stay ahead of the curve, if you want real collector terminology, authentic numismatic insights, and rare coin value breakdowns that mainstream media never talks about, you must subscribe to Old USA Coin. Share this video with fellow collectors and stay tuned, because the next coin we reveal might already be sitting in your pocket right now.